Okay, on to our Pesach story. So last time we got to the part where Hashem brought the 10th Makkah. King Paro had enough and he told the Jewish people and Moshe to get out of Mitzrayim, leave. He was done. He didn't want them there anymore. So we learned the Jewish people quickly got up. They threw their bread on their backs. Their bread got baked on their backs right away. That's why we have matzah. It turned into matzah. And they were on their way out of Mitzrayim. And they were on their way they were trying to get out of Mitzrayim to Israel. Now, on their way, they're excited, they're free, they're singing, they're dancing. And as they're walking, suddenly they see that there's a sea in front of them. There's water all around, in front. And they're thinking, what should we do? That water's too deep. We can't go through it. We don't have boats to go over it. And we can't go around it because it's all over. What are we going to do? So first they were thinking maybe we'll turn around and we'll walk back and try to find a different way. So as they turn around, who do they see is coming behind them? Who? Tell me, Pre K, scream it out. Who's coming? That's right, King Paro. We remember that King Paro was very stubborn, and even though he changed his mind and let the Jewish people go, he quickly changed back. And he decided, wait a minute, what did I do? Why did I let them go? He got all of his guards, all of his chariots, everyone, all of his soldiers, and they started chasing after the Jewish people. So now, the Jewish people look back and they see King Paro's coming to catch them again. And they look in front and they see water. Where are they supposed to go? What are they supposed to do? They were like, that's it. We're done. We're going back to Mitzrayim forever. We're never going to leave. And they were so scared and nervous and upset. And we learned, do you remember whenever we did our pretend crossing of the Yam Suf in school in the cafeteria? We learned that we needed to pray to Hashem. Hashem, help us. Because Hashem was the only one that could help them at that time. Hashem took them out of Mitzrayim. Hashem was going to make sure that they were not going back. The Jewish people just had to believe in Hashem. Now they started to pray to Hashem. And Moshe lifted up his hands, and suddenly, one of the biggest miracles of all time happened. You know what it is, Pre K. Tell me what it is. Yes, the sea, the Yam Suf, split into two. Water went to one side and water went to the other side. And the middle of the sea was land. Now, we know at the bottom of a sea or an ocean, there is sand. Wet sand is very hard to walk on, right? Your feet might get stuck. You have to take big steps. You can't walk in wet sand very fast. So Hashem made another miracle that the sand was dry. How? Hashem knew how. And the sand was dry, and the Jewish people, all the kids and all the mommies, all the daddies, the grandmas, the grandpas, all the cattle, the sheep, everything started running through on this dry sand with water on one side, water on the other side, and they were running through to get to the other side. Now, as they were finishing up, King Paro, of course, caught up and went straight in after them. But Hashem said, sorry, King Paro, I split the sea for the Jewish people, not for the Egyptian people. And crash, boom, all the water closed in on King Paro and his chariots and his horses and his elephants and his guards and his soldiers. They were all drowned. Goodbye, no more King Paro. And we learned that afterwards, Jewish people were singing and dancing and playing their instruments, and they were so, so happy that not only were they taken out of Mitzrayim, not only did Hashem do the biggest miracle of splitting the sea, the Yam Suf, for them, but he also got rid of the mean, horrible, stubborn King Paro. And now they knew they were never going back to Mitzrayim ever, ever again. Thank you, Hashem. Jeremy's mommy told me that Jeremy was telling her that we have to thank Hashem. And he is right. Thank you, Hashem, for making this huge miracle for the Jewish people and saving them, right? Every single day we have to find a reason to say thank you to Hashem. Even though now sometimes it's hard for us, we're home and we can't go out wherever we want all the time. And it's hard for us because we might not be able to see our friends all the time. We still have to say thank you, Hashem, for waking me up in the morning. Thank you, Hashem, for making me healthy and strong that I can do exercise like David and Ariel Wamboy. Thank you, Hashem, for making my mommy cook the most delicious food for me, right? We can always say thank you, thank you, thank you for something, right? So I want you guys to try to think, and every day tell your mommy something that you want to say thank you for to Hashem, because it's so, so, so important. Now, I'm going to jump to one of the pages in the Haggadah that's regarding the splitting of the Yam Suf. It's a fun page to do. This is what it looks like whenever it's finished. Okay, so we have this page right here, and it looks like the water is closed, and then it opens up, the sea splits, and there's people inside walking through the Yam Suf. You see that? So we sent home, let me find it. We tried to make it as easy as possible. We sent home a picture, a page with people on it. What you have to do is give them faces and hair because they don't have any faces or hair. You color in their bodies and cut them out, okay? And then you have this page. If you want to color it blue to show that it was water, you could. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. What you have to do is you're going to cut this in half. You see the line? You're going to cut the line. Then you're going to cut each line over here. But you're not going to go all the way till the ends. You're going to stop where the line stops. So it's still attached. Let me see if I could do one side for you right now, just so you'll understand what I'm saying. So you're going to cut. Remember how we hold our scissor. Our thumb goes in the small circle, 2 fingers go in the oval shaped, okay? And it's always up. We're not cutting this way, and we're not cutting down. Our scissors are always facing up. So we're gonna cut the middle line. Okay? I have 2 sheets now. Then there's a bunch of lines over here. You're gonna cut on the line, but not all the way till the end. Do you see how it's still attached at the top? So that's what we're gonna do with each of them. I'm gonna cut, 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 stop, cut, 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 stop, cut, 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 stop. You can tell yourself that when you're doing it. Cut, 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 stop. Cut, 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 stop. Let's keep going. We're almost done. Okay. Do you see how it's all attached, but they're cut? Then you can take this and glue it on the side of the paper. So then you can open it up. You see that? You make the Yam Suf. And then once you cut the page, I didn't cut the second page, but you only glue down the edge of it. So you can cover it. The Yam Suf is closed. Boom, the Yam Suf is open. And then you can stick your people inside. Once you cut them out, you can put them in the middle as if they're crossing the Yam Suf. Okay? I'm gonna have my daughter Abigail do this, and whenever she's done doing it, I will show you what it looks like when she was finished. If you have any questions on how to do it, if it was a little bit confusing or a little bit hard, you can always, always, always ask me, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you what Abigail's Haggadah is looking like. So this is the cover. I didn't put her picture yet because I didn't take one of her yet. But that's the cover, and she wrote her name on the bottom, just like that. Then the next page is a Kiddush cup. Remember the last video? Maura played that fun song, Kadesh Urchatz, Karpas Yachatz, right? It's all over here. The order of the Seder, the night of Pesach. The order tells us what to do, okay? Now the next page is a Seder plate. On every table for Pesach, there's going to be a Seder plate with different foods on it. The foods remind us of the hard times in Mitzrayim, okay? There's maror, which is really, really bitter, and there's something called charoset that kind of looks like a cement or like a mud that they used to remind us that they would build bricks in Mitzrayim. And the other items also remind us of different parts of the Pesach story. That's the Seder plate. Then there's a page. I sent a picture with 4 Kiddush cups on it. You can color them and cut them out. Abigail wrote the number 4 over here because we drink 4 cups of wine or grape juice on Pesach. Not all at the same time. We drink them at different times in the Seder. That's what this tells us. I keep going back to it, right? In the beginning is our first cup. We make Kiddush. And then the second cup comes at a different point. And third cup comes somewhere here. And the fourth cup comes at the end. So throughout the whole night, all together, we drink 4 cups. And that's what this tells us. 4 cups of wine. The next part of the Haggadah is, where is my actual Haggadah? Here. Looks like this, okay? In the email, Maura sent a bowl that you can cut out and a piece of celery. You cut these out, you glue the bowl down, and you pretend like you're dipping the celery. Over here it writes vinegar. You can ask your mommy what you do on Pesach. Do we dip celery in vinegar or do we dip celery in salt water? Some families might do vinegar, some might do salt water. But vinegar and salt water both are very, 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 what kind of face am I making? Bitter. It makes us go like this. Because it wants us to remember that the Jewish people were not happy and smiling and having so much fun when King Paro was making them work hard. The Jewish people were having such a bitter time. They were so sad and tired. They would cry because they had to work so hard, and King Paro was so mean to them. So we're remembering that the Jewish people had such a bitter and hard time in Mitzrayim, okay? That's why we dip it in salt water or vinegar. That's an easy page. You all know how to cut. You just cut it out and glue it on your page. And the next page that we're going to talk about is, you see it? What number is that? You all know what number that is. It's the number 3, because we have 1, 2, 3 matzot on your Pesach table. You will see that you're going to have 3 matzot on top of each other. There's the top matzah, the middle matzah, and the bottom matzah. Okay? And at this point in the Seder, it's called yachatz, right? In that video that I sent you with all the hand motions, Kadesh Urchatz, we wash our hands. Karpas, we dip the celery in vinegar. Then it's yachatz, we break the middle matzah. So we don't take the top matzah, we don't take the bottom matzah, we take the middle. You take the middle matzah and you break it in half. So I sent home a piece of paper that looks like matzah. This is not real matzah. I'm not going to eat it. Okay, from this matzah, you can cut out 3 small circles and you're going to stick it on your page. And you can either cut the middle matzah or just make some zigzag lines on it to show that the middle matzah is broken. Why do we break the middle matzah? And what do we do with it? Do we eat it all up? What do we do with it? When you break the middle matzah, break it in half, you take half of the matzah and you put it in a bag called the afikoman bag. Anybody know what the afikoman is? Some of you might have some really good memories of afikoman games that you might have in your home, where the afikoman, you put the piece of matzah in a bag, and somebody in your home is gonna hide it. Either your daddy, your mommy, somebody. Or maybe they'll tell you to hide it. I don't know what you do in your home, but you hide it somewhere. And basically, at the end of the Seder, you can go on a hunt, everybody in your family, to try to find the afikoman. And whoever finds the afikoman gets a prize. Okay? So if you find it, you tell your mommy and daddy, I found the afikoman, I want a prize. Okay? But that's what we do. Whenever we break the matzah at yachatz, we break it, we take half of the matzah, we put it in the afikoman bag and we hide it. And later, we go on a hunt and we try to find the afikoman and we eat the afikoman at the end of the Seder. So, we spoke about, let's start from the beginning. We spoke about the order. Kadesh, we make kiddush. Urchatz, we wash our hands. Karpas, we dip celery in vinegar or salt water. And yachatz, you see there's a picture of a broken matzah? We break the middle matzah and we hide part of it for the afikoman. Now, number 5, it shows a picture of a girl holding a book. That's actually the Haggadah. And it looks like she's telling a story where she's moving her hands. Do I look like her? Magid is when everyone at the Seder table talks about the story of Pesach. So I already told you the story of Pesach, right? This is the 3rd video. I told you the story of Pesach already, but that's when we talk about it. In Magid. Magid is one of the longest parts of the Seder, and they're saying everything that happened in Mitzrayim from beginning to end. And you know the Pesach story so well that you can stand up and tell the whole story the night of Pesach to your family, okay? We are going to end here, and I will see you very soon. Have a wonderful day, Pre-K. I love you, and I miss all of you so much. Bye.